There we go. There we go. We back at it. All right. See, that's what I was wondering. I thought everybody was hearing me, and I was sitting here actually spitting out my feelings on the mic, bro. This is crazy. I was actually dropping bombs over here, man. But yeah, can y'all hear me now in the chat over here on YouTube? So we're done with that panel. We're going to go back through and we're going to really focus on the easier panels to shade and color in. I'm probably going to work on the top of the panels, the top and bottom panels some other day, because drawing, coloring, and shading cities is pretty freaking difficult. Yeah, it's definitely difficult. But yeah, for everybody, Jesus, low battery, dang. Yeah, for everybody who that wasn't here for the initial part of what I was talking about. So yeah, so what I was trying to say is, if you're going to so at the beginning I said doing comic books can be easy, and just as it is easy, it can be difficult. And if you're deciding to do a comic book, rule number one, start. I always recommend you should just start doing your own comic book. Start. The same thing can be applied to anything that you want to pursue. You just got to start. So when it comes to comic books, doing it is part of the battle. Because here's the problem. Some of us, we don't know how to write stories. Some of us think just because we got an ideal, we can just start doing it. And that is not how it works. You can't just start doing it. Music is kind of loud. Say less, bro. I got you. Capture the music. But yeah, anyway, I was saying, yeah, so you don't want like the whole point of creating a story, where it starts, you start with, oh snap, is that the eraser or the, no, that's the pen tool. Cool. All right, so yeah, so when it comes to like drawing comic books, I would suggest someone to start, and once you start, you can start creating your own system that way. Now, to kind of save you the troubles from doing what I did, what I turned out doing, I started I published my first comic book in 2021. And then once I published it, I had a lot of people telling me it was a good comic. Don't get me wrong, you know, they said it was great. And then something told me to sit back and read my own crap. And when I tell you it was the most disgusting thing I ever read, man, like it was just like I actually read the stuff I put in the book. And it was terrible. Like the message I was trying to get across was terrible. The scenes, the panel placement was awful. I just didn't like it, man. So what I ended up doing, I took the book down, right, off Kindle and everything else, and I decided to restructure the story. In the process of me restructuring the story, what came from it was it became a better, broader, you know, great story, man. I get like some of my test readers, they tell me it's freaking phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Oh snap! So Mr. Shadow on YouTube says, "Hey brother, how is it going? The art looks awesome. Appreciate that, big dog." And I got my little cousin in the chat over here on TikTok, man, liking my live. Appreciate that, kinfolk. But yeah, so when it comes to doing comics, I had to realize I had to, instead of just coming up with these pinpoints, these thumbnails of I guess thumbnails of events and situations happening, I need to actually sit down and write it all out. Because what ended up happening, you might end up creating a plot hole. And what I said earlier was, if you decided to create a story, think of it this way. You could start a story off and you could drop an Easter egg for something that could reference something that happens later in the story. You have people out there that's like starting the comic book and then they're not trying to learn the basics of just storytelling in general. So my second point I wanted to talk about was when it comes to actually publishing. Before you even think about doing traditional comics, I would recommend you actually look into digital comics. You know, we talking about web comics, like Webtoons, like global comics. Because even before I even published my first comic, I was on Webtoons for a second because I wanted to get a good feel for it, as far as like, is this something I want to do? I don't know about you guys, I don't like wasting my damn time. So just saying. Also, another thing about web comics is they're cost efficient, man. You don't got to worry about, you know, like spending no money up front. The most money you're spending is the thing you're using to create the thing that you're trying to do. You use like free platforms like that in order to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess to vet the field, you know, see who's interested in your story. See, do you enjoy doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's free to do so. So why not take that opportunity to put yourself out there and see, are you as good as you say that you are? Or like I said, is this something you're interested in, you know, venturing in? Is it venture or journey? You know, it doesn't matter. Y'all get what I'm saying. I don't gotta say nothing. Shoot. Y'all get what I'm saying. But yeah. And earlier, before I realized my mic wasn't working on YouTube, like I said, and I know for me, in order for me to come up with a good story, what I like to do is I like to create a beginning and then come up with an ending. Once you have a beginning and ending, you got majority of your work already like done, because now all you have to do is create the breadcrumbs that connects the beginning and end together. If you do it that way, it creates a more digestible story where you don't have to worry about, you know, is this making sense? Is this not making sense? You know what I'm saying? Two, don't be afraid to get other people involved. Most people are so afraid of somebody stealing their story. And one thing you can kind of like picture is that Just because somebody can steal your stuff doesn't mean they can recreate the thing that you have in your mind, bro. They can't recreate your creativity. It's your story. Somebody can steal your stuff, and I can promise you that they're not gonna create the exact same thing that you created, man. At the end of the day, they lose. So just saying, keep your head up. Don't worry about other people, man, and just grind it out, man. And this comic book stuff is a grind game, especially if you anything like me, being the artist along with the writer, you know. There we go. Put that done. There we go. Trying to get this hand just right. There we go. You know what I want to do? I want to add some blood dripping from his hand. That's how bad he's squeezing this bad boy. I think that'll be dope. But yeah, like I said earlier, oh shoot, their wife is in my TikTok live and she liking it right now. My bad. And on YouTube, Mr. Shadow said that's a good point. Mr. Shadow said I can't see the same vision as someone else. Oh, exactly. Don't get too caught up into what somebody could or may do, man. Like I said, no matter what they do, they could steal the first chapter, the first partial of the story, but they're screwed from there because they can't recreate the thing that you already put out, and now they're just gonna sink from that point. You know what? I did this a little bit wrong. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go back up to this layer up here. That's another thing too. It's okay to sit back for a minute, write a story out, and also to construct your own style that goes with your story. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too fixated on I guess like, oh my God, it's taking too long, bro. It takes time to sit there, bro, and create your own freaking way. And in most cases, your way ain't nothing new. There's nothing new underneath the freaking sun, bro. Like, for real. There's nothing new underneath the dang sun, bro. And if you think it is, shoot, you lost. N-word. Ooh. Wrong image. I'm on the wrong panel. Hold up. It should be on this one. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to separate this from the background. That's what I was messing up on right there. I was trying to separate those two. But yeah, don't get too fixated. Do your best. You know, try your hardest. Do your research. Find a mentor if that's floats your boat. Cause finding a mentor ain't that bad, man. I mean, you finding somebody who's experiencing something, who knows exactly what they're doing. And to be honest with you, if you chose that person as your mentor, you're kind of looking at this person as a form of inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Like, you looking at this person towards this an ideal end goal for myself type of game. You know what I'm saying? Which should be the same way how you pick your friends too. So, you know, that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? Because if the whole squad got the mind of a millionaire, bro, somebody gonna get to that $1 million. And if one of us can get it, we all can get it. So just saying. Oh shoot. On YouTube, Mr. Shadow says it's like how I make art inspired by dreams. Yeah, hey, yo, that's how it works, man. Yo, yeah. Swift Streams PC on YouTube said, yo, you was spitting bars. Bruh. I'm just telling the truth, man. These are some of the things even I battle with to this day. When I first started getting on social media, bro, I was kind of like scared, bro, because I didn't know much about posting my work. I didn't know much about getting out there in front of people, man. And one of my biggest things was I grew up in an area where people like to steal from you. I mean, it's just what they do. And the last thing I wanted was my stuff getting stolen from me right in my face. You know what I'm saying? And it was nothing I could do about it. And then in some cases, your fear can be the very thing always holding you back. Your fear, your insecurities, man, all that stuff, man. You gotta realize sometimes your very excuse be the very thing stopping you, man. Like, that is a thing. I mean, I need to stop. It's not like I'm a psychologist or something. It's not like I really know what I'm talking about, though. I'm just speaking from my own perspective on things because that's some of the stuff that I was dealing with. And the one thing I have learned is just because when you go through something, most cases, you're not the only one going through it. There's always somebody else out there that can relate to what it is that you're going through. It's not how we select things. We select the outside of the drawing. Once we select that, we hit select, invert, and then we paint that bad boy in. Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, so just saying. Hold up, see what we can do here. But yeah, outside of like dealing with people, like I said, I had so many different things going on with me when I first started, man. I remember sitting there thinking I wasn't gonna be good enough. That's another problem that most of us have as artists, man. We always comparing ourselves to the next person, because it's part of human nature. You want to see, can you compete for one? You know what I'm saying? Can you stand on your own too? You don't want to get dust out here, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, being too fixated on what somebody else is doing, man, is stopping you from doing your own thing, though. Don't ever let nothing stop the grind, man. So we had a good stopping point on the actual line art and the masking. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to go in with some shading. So I'm going to hit the cool shading since it's nighttime in this scene. And what we're going to do, we're going to go inside of Lieutenant Pushes right here on this. That's kind of overlapping the panels. And that's another thing. I had to learn how to place people outside of panels. You know what I'm saying? It was the more you do this, the more you do the thing that you want to do, and you're being persistent enough, you will find loopholes and ways to elevate yourself. You just can't stop doing it, man. You just can't. See. Oh, snap. We have not been live long, bro. I'm enjoying this live. See, let's go to the shading. We put multiply. So the reason why I put multiply on this cool color is because you see what color it gives you, and then on top of that, it look like a good overlay type of feel to it. Versus if we put it on normal color, and that just looks kind of ugly to me. So we're gonna go back to multiply. But yeah, and by the way, some of these the ways that I've learned how to do comics and stuff, and drawing and everything else, it comes from me just sitting back and going through my feed on YouTube, and all I ever did was just consume knowledge. It's all I ever done was just consume knowledge, man. And through consuming knowledge, man, you some things are gonna be a lie. Let's be honest here. Not everything is gonna be the truth. Because people, they create content just to be doing it. And I know I'm not the only one who bumped into content, followed the instructions, and was like, bruh, N-word, we ain't getting the same outcome, my boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know we all bumped into some content. We was like, bruh, nah, this dude lying, bruh. Like, I know I ain't the only one on that one. But yeah, just be sure to just consume knowledge, man. Knowledge is gonna be your best friend when it comes to doing anything, man. And it is your circle of friends too. Sometimes you could be so close to your work, and at times you can also be so what's the word I'm looking for? I guess working on this stuff can turn you into a hermit. And if you anything like me, sometimes I do have days where I'm just not into it. I don't have the motivation. I don't have the I guess the willpower sometimes, and having the right amount of friends or the right amount of support, they would encourage you to keep going. And that's good for friends. You know, there's some people out there, they don't need friends. They can keep their own selves motivated. Me, I just like to have people in my corner that, you know, people in my corner that kind of helps me like stay grounded. There we go. Put that right there. Hold up. My boy Lazar Enterprise on YouTube says try learning Unreal Engine. No, I'm not doing that. I tried it and I refuse to do it anymore. No. I went to school for media arts, animation, and marketing, bruh. No, I'm not doing Unreal Engine. I had my moment where I was all over the place, trying to solidify myself, trying to learn enough to where somebody would give me a yes on an opportunity. And the reason I got into comic books was because I wanted to give myself the yes versus me waiting on somebody else to hand me something. So that's my excuse for doing what I'm doing now. But Lazar Enterprise, you got that stuff, man. I almost said the other word, but you got that stuff, man. Yeah, most definitely. And he says people swear the process is easy, but it's not. Yo, you ain't never lied. The process is always easy when they're giving you half the process anyway. That's just me being honest with that one. Name how many videos you saw. Somebody was like, yeah, you gotta go own a business, but they don't tell you the whole process. The business help you, save money, but they're not telling you the process. They're not telling you the other stuff that comes with it as far as the penalties. You know what I'm saying? So people like to gaslight and make things sound easy, but it's not. What you mean I gotta get a website? What you mean I gotta treat my website like social media and be on it 24/7? Yeah, some of these people don't understand. They don't care to understand. Let's keep this little area right here. I think these are gonna be hard when I get done with it, though. But yeah, that's one of the things I learned. One of the greatest things I've learned recently, I'd say within the past 2 years, was I can't do this on my own. I had to learn that I cannot do any of this on my own. And what I'm saying is, when being a one-man team, there's some pride in it though, but at the exact same time, you just gonna end up burning yourself out sitting here doing everything. You talking about the art, the marketing, the social media pages, the website page, the taxes, the list goes on, man. Like, there's a lot you have to do. Primary example, one of the things I didn't see coming, which was last year, was the BOI reports. You know what I'm saying? That was a crazy thing that came out of nowhere, and I didn't even know what I was even doing with that. Ash Code Creations on YouTube says, hey everyone. What's cracking, lacking? But anyway, as we were saying, yeah, there's a lot that goes into everything that you want to do. So the team I have now, everybody has a use case, which is also pretty good, because the last thing you want is somebody who just want to like use you because you're good at something and there's nothing they're really putting in on it. I need to clip that to the actual masking layer. There we go. So if you notice what I just did, I just clipped the shading layer to the masking layer right here, which is the gray color of this picture right here. So pretty much if I were to unclip it, look, this unclip it, you'll see it leaving the actual picture and everything else though. But once I clip it back onto this layer that has the gray color on it, it stays within the layer. It stays within the actual coloring space. So just saying, just in case you guys was curious about that. But yeah, team I has not. Everybody is basically have value that they added to everyone, because everybody's bringing something to the table that somebody else don't know about. So I can say it's been great being able to understand what it means to be a part of a team. You know, people supporting you, telling you like going out there, getting the information, bringing it back to the group. Because let's be honest, there are people out there, they don't give two F's, bruh, for real. Like they got that old school business mind where they'll screw you over and keep it pushing and be like, I knew you win. And that's it. That's all you getting from them alphas, man. Just saying, shoot. Hey, yo, Ash Co-Creations on YouTube. I saw your text. You said you was trying to go live. I'll get back on my drink. Not my drink, but you know, a drink. There we go. Yeah. Come on, open up. There we go. So we're gonna try to get as much as this shading done. So since it's dark time, I like to add 2 layers of shading, a light shade and a darker shade. Hold up, who's liking? Man, I love my wife. My wife is so supportive. She's always in the freaking group, always trying to support me, you know, give me like it, not give me advice, but just being there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that. There we go. Gotta play around with that shading a little bit. I want him looking big, not too cut, but thick. You know what I'm saying? I need this boy thick. As you can tell, you can kind of get an idea where the lighting is coming from based off of how I'm shading it, correct? Everybody else understand that, right? But yeah, so one of the things I typically pop holding it down. He said pop holding it down. Oh, alarms went off. That's the alarm I'll normally use telling me to go pick up my freaking kids. But anyway, but yeah, so outside of that, any questions anybody have for me when it comes to creating comics? So no questions? Cool, say less. I'm just gonna go on and on about some randomness then. Yeah, but other than that, I would say another thing about telling stories is you're gonna have to really sit down and say what made you get into comics. Oh snap! What made me get into comics? I think it was a childhood dream of mine to always do cartoons, and when I was finally able to actually pursue the dream of mine, which took me into adulthood, because certain parents don't really believe in you're doing art as a career, so there's really no investing into that though, but that's neither here or there. So what happened was I graduated college, and you know how colleges do, they tell you this whole big thing where they're like, we support you, we're here for you for anything, we really want you to be successful and make it. And as soon as you graduated, what they did was they took you off the Adobe account immediately and said, you still got this. That's exactly what they said. And most people I graduated with are not doing nothing with their degree, which lets us know that was not a real degree. If anything, it was a basket weaving degree. So, but anyway, so after I graduated, COVID happened, and it was like before COVID, but I was looking for a job dealing with animation or something like that, because I wanted to start right away into like doing cartoons or doing something with animation, 3D animation, something where I could actually start building up the skills necessary, getting started on my goals, my dreams, my ambitions. And then I couldn't find nobody to like really give me an opportunity. I kept getting the same thing as far as like people contacting me telling me to update my resume, or they was telling me to not just update my resume, but they were saying like I need to update my portfolio, all types of stuff. And it's crazy because you're thinking you went to school, you went to college, and these instructors, these professors, they supposedly helped you out with all that right there. You're thinking you're crisp, you're good, and when you hit the job market, these people are coming up with excuses why not to hire you, because they're saying you still need to update your resume. So eventually I sat there in my depression for a little minute, and after a long, like, deep conversation with myself, and I'm not crazy, okay? I'm not crazy, all right? After a long, deep conversation with myself, I stumbled on a guy on YouTube. His name is Walter Owsley. Walter Owsley was and still is a webtoon comic book creator, and one of his stories is called, Jesus, I forgot what the story was called, but yeah, he started doing webtoons, and he the one was doing like YouTube content on people who for people who want to get into doing webtoons, doing comics, talk about how much you can get paid, the things you can do with comics and stuff like that. And when I heard that, I was like, well, instead of me sitting there getting into like trying to break into this industry nobody's giving me an opportunity for, this is my opportunity right here. I'm listening to a person who basically said a few words and convinced me to give myself the opportunity. Now I can pursue my own thing. Yes, I chose comic books instead of animation because with animation there's a more broader and longer process to do that right there. For every 24 frames, which is 24 seconds, for every second of animation there's 24 drawings, pretty much 24 frames. So we're talking about the same thing I'm doing with comic books right now. There was a sketch, so you had to do probably 24 sketches. All right, after the sketch, you got to see if the sequence is readable. Once the sequence is readable, now you go in with the line art. Like line art crisp, cool. All right, next thing you do, you go in with the flats. From the flats, you go in with the shading, the lighting, and then don't forget the background. And Lord forbid the background is moving. And we're only talking about a second of animation, and that's 24 freaking drawings. So I decided to do comic books instead. It was simple. And it was easier. It was like motion graphics. Instead of animating, I'm telling the story with pictures. And I took that as an opportunity to use the back door. Like, I'm using my comic books as a form of a roadmap that if somebody wanted to pick this up, at least majority of the story is done, and I have a roadmap for someone to follow. All right, the wifey says, if you ever had the opportunity, would you do animation for the right price? No. I'm gonna just say no, because there was a point in my career where I was doing what you call it, commissions. I was doing commissions, and I did not enjoy doing commissions at all, because what I grew to know and what I found out is that people don't know what it is that they want, but they love to complain, nicker, and the B word about stuff that they clearly don't know nothing about, and then they want to turn around and ask you about your prices. Okay, so you remember her, and she said that was a bad commission you had. Yeah, you remember that commission, cause oh my God, that helpful, man. And then the other problem is, don't get mad at me if you don't have all the money, and then I made the price go up because you didn't pay me on time. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's get back to the chat over here on YouTube. So YouTube, Swift Streams PC says, push ready to body Dr. Force. And he says, I mean, that's college, bro. They just want your money. The weird thing about it, they want your money, but it's not even your money. That's a loan that a lot of people ain't even paying back. Nobody paying back them freaking loans, man. Based off my environment with my brothers and sisters and stuff like that, my brothers and sisters ain't paying nobody back, my boy. You know how many black people got hospital bills? They just said, well, I feel better now. Why would I pay for something I feel better for? They get in a car wreck. Well, sir, you still own this car note. I don't own that car no more. College is for the rich and the naive, and I will say I was definitely one of the naive. But yeah, anyway, to get back to the thesis of it all, yeah, I decided to do comics because, I mean, it was the most easier route, and it was the one that was mainly more so doable. It takes a company, a business. Last I checked, it took a studio 6 months to do an episode of animation. I'm just one person. It might take me years. Versus I can probably do a floppy comic, let's say 12 to 24 pages within a year, and have that published and ready to rock and roll. Erase that, clean it up a little bit. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. Like, you can easily do comics versus doing animation. Animation takes time. It takes a lot of time, if anything, and it can get frustrating. And also, when it comes to art, one of the biggest things I make sure that I do is that I make sure that when it comes to doing this, I create these little, what's them things called? Milestones. Milestones are good. They're not the full-on goal, but it's just a place where you can sit there and look back at how far you climbed Mount Everest. It's pretty dope. That's all I'm saying, man. Put some more shading on this side since the light is coming from that side. I just want to get the shading done with push before I end up calling it a day. See, it says, man, get somewhere with that Lazard Enterprise, man. On YouTube, Lazard Enterprises has said animation ain't that bad. it's not that bad. That sound like, what's his name? Tank, when he said that thing he said about, you know, I'm just gonna make that sound. Most of us know what that sound mean. It ain't no wrong with, it ain't that bad. Nigga, what? It's cool, bro. We all doing it. Yo, come on. Ash, I know you saw that video, bro. Was like, it ain't nothing wrong with one time. It doesn't mean nothing. Sir, it means a lot. It means a lot, sir. Okay, hold up, what happened here? Hold up, what happened? Oh, yo, Tafari, what's good, my boy? Oh my God, she said no, she haven't seen it. Yo, you tripping? Everybody's seen it. Brett said the most craziest crap, man, and I was just like, normally I can sit there and try to understand what somebody be saying, but I wasn't right there with my boy, man. He got that, man. Nothing much, man. Working on the comic book Rampage that me and Swift will be working on, and after this, I'm gonna do a little bit of Crisis over here. I had to take some of the words off because it's getting pretty, it's getting intense. Yeah, it's getting super intense right now, dog. But how you been holding up, my guy? She said, I barely watch TV. I don't want to hear that. Lazar Enterprise on YouTube said, it's honestly fun, but it's a lot of work. Practice effort goes a long way. I mean, you talking about practice or you talking about creating your own like Naruto series? Which one is it? Because most people who really want to do animation, most of these people, they want to create their own stuff. In most of the cases, all you need is the manpower, man, and you need a lot of freaking manpower. Man, I appreciate you guys being on this live, man. I just been vibing. Tafari TV on TikTok says, chilling, been trying to get the hang of this streaming thing. I mean, what you trying to do, man? If you need help, man, just let me know, man. I'm always willing to help, dog. Everybody know Tafari TV, man, is bro, he coming up in the world, man. Oh, hold up. Swiftstream PC says, what page is this, Dreams? This is the second page, bro. You know this. We've been here before. He says, tell him to join the Cantina, Dreams. Well, I don't gotta say it. I just read it out loud. I sent him an invite months ago. He probably did the same thing I did to you when you put me on Cantina. I didn't accept it. Because, bruh, you're pretty good at inviting people to a bunch of platforms, man. Everybody's like, bruh, I don't got time to add another app to my phone, bruh. Tafari TV says on TikTok says, I gained from a treadmill, but doing Dance Revolution today. Oh yeah, I saw that video. I could have sworn I liked it because I thought that was pretty interesting, man. The fact that you literally had the treadmill in the background. You was like, you was gonna start doing a challenge, and it was nothing like too crazy. You was like, you just want to be able to do it. Oh look, Swiftstreams PC on YouTube says, I asked so you could tell the audience. Swiftstreams PC also said, y'all get on my nerves, man. Nah, bruh, you just on too many platforms, bruh. And every freaking day, somebody got a whole nother platform telling everybody to get on, man. Like, it's kind of frustrating. Tafari TV says, yep, 20 days in today. Oh, but that's take dedication, dog. I'm trying to get like you then, man. I've been trying to implement Gem into my artwork, but it's just so much work to sit down and edit for me. Cause I don't know about you guys, sometimes it takes me a whole hour just to edit 2 videos. And given the situation of how my life's set up right now, I need every bit of time that I can get. Oh yeah, and there was another thing about working on your passion and your dreams and stuff I want to bring up. It's okay if you can only donate 30 minutes to it, man. Because check this out. I want you to know something. You're part of a group of people who actually working towards a goal. Pay attention to everybody in your life. Everybody in your life either said they was going to do something, they never did it, or they gave you an excuse why they couldn't do it. You don't have no excuse why you can't do it. You might wish you could add more time to that though, but hey, at least you're doing it. It's better than doing it for 30 minutes than not doing it at all. That's all I'm saying. And Tafari TV on TikTok says, but I'm also doing business shout outs for February, so I'm making a video about that KH print you sent. Oh man, my boy. Yes. 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 I love it. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Hey yo, man, what other freaking anime, man, would you suggest for me to draw for Fan Art Friday? There we go. Bring that roughly about yay. I'm actually enjoying this live, man. I appreciate you guys for coming up and rocking with your boy. TikTok ain't dead yet. Let's go. And for all you guys looking to how can you go about, oh, hold up, TikTok making me verify my live. For all you guys who's still curious on how to go about using CapCut, just VPN. VPN that joint, man. I dropped several bars. Appreciate you guys for listening in on that. And hold up. Tafari TV says Sakamoto Days. It's a new one that got a lot of eyes on it. I'm gonna have to check that one out. I never even heard of that one, man. I know there's a couple of fan art I want to work on because of what's coming out this year. We have Invincible's coming back out. We got The Last of Us coming back out. We have House of the Dragons coming back out. We have Superman coming out in the summertime. So there's a lot of things I can definitely work on. Yeah, so yeah, I would definitely, I got a lot of stuff I need to get on, man. I'm just kind of behind, just being honest. There we go. Erase that a little bit. What time we got? Okay, cool, I still got time. I got like 15 more minutes. I guess I'm not gonna get to Crisis today. I could most likely get to that one a little bit later. For everyone who actually sent me a like, I really appreciate that. Very grateful, by the way. I really appreciate that. Real talk, my G. Whew. Really trying to get this shading done before we end up getting up out of here. Supposed to going back live later, doing some how-to videos with a good friend of mine named Ash Co-Creations. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. She's pretty informative. I think I said that right. She's pretty informative. Yeah. She's pretty informative. We supposed to be drawing different things as far as like basically start what it's like So last week and the week before, we worked on drawing eyes, nose, ears, mouth, and then we basically blocked the whole face together and brought the whole entire face together. And this week, I'm guessing we either gonna do neck, shoulders, or chest. So if you guys interested in some how-tos and a little bit of engagement and some what's it called, I guess charismatic attention, definitely pull up, man. We're just gonna be talking and working on our stuff as far as like doing a couple of tutorials for people who's interested. But other than that, man, yeah, that's mostly what me and her do. Just work on our stuff. And then that goes for like 30 minutes. After the 30-minute mark, we end up basically working on our own stuff. Like I'll probably work on my book, or she'll start pulling out her 3D models and stuff. She owns her own 3D print company. She tends to do some great 3D prints. Primary example, show y'all something she did. So everyone knows, for you guys who don't, most of you guys know that I do Fan Art Fridays, and this is what she did for Fan Art Friday for me. She printed out a 3D figure of my fan art of Samurai Champloo. For you guys on YouTube, it sucks to be y'all because y'all can't see it, but you guys on TikTok, you guys are able to see this darn thing. Look at it. You can see how 3D that joint is. Look at it. Look at it. Ugh, that joint go hard. She did that though, man. I appreciate that, Ashco Creations. And we have another one she did for me. She did one with bleach. Let's turn that one off right quick. Ugh. Look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Let me stop. Anyway, back to the comments over here on YouTube. Lazar Enterprise says, maybe I'm gonna start going live. Why don't you? I never understood that. Why don't you go live, man? Shoot. But this, man, I was about to call this a moment. Let me hurry up and get this part of the shading done right quick. Get that. Get the knuckle a little bit. Nook, if you buck, right? Nook, if you buck. Nook, if you buck, right? There we go. Says Swiftstreams PC on YouTube says, I'm going to text all y'all in the group chat. I need to holler at Tafari and Joni. I mean, good luck, man. Shoot, you can barely even keep up with. Oh, Aiden Draws, what's good? I doubt you still in here though, but man, it's been a minute. But yeah, I mean, you can text everybody, but Joni is a hard mofo to get in touch with. That's just the truth. So, last advice, it's okay to question yourself when you're on this journey when it comes to doing comics or any other journey that you really on. It's okay to question yourself. I think the part is you got to be comfortable enough with whatever decision that you make. And my thing is this. Understand that I don't know about you guys, but I don't believe in reincarnation. Why? I don't remember that last life. So far as I'm concerned, this is my first time. You know what I'm saying? This is my first go at this. So I'm liable to make some mistakes. And another way you can look at it is this. It's not really a mistake. It's just a choice you made. Just learn from it, bruh. That's it. We all got the same issues, man. We're all liable to make any type of like error. There we go. Error. Man, my bad, man. No Child Left Behind program really failed me, man. But yeah. There we go. This man gonna be lit when I'm done with him. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. Don't discourage. Don't get discouraged. Do what it is you gotta do. Yeah, you didn't know it, but now you do. Just fix it. Do better. Be better. If you don't make any errors, bruh, on your journey, bruh, are you really learning anything anyway? So there we go. That's the way it is right there. That's just the way it is. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Things will never be the same. No, no, no. That's just the way it is. There we go. Oh, yeah. Y'all gotta tell me. I know I can't sing, but it's straight though. It's cool. I know where your mama and them live though. It's cool. We gonna get there. So how long you guys think TikTok gonna be around this time? Man, I know this one person, man, a good acquaintance of mine, man. They was basically crashing out when they heard about TikTok was getting banned. It's not right. It's not fair. And I was like, oh, snap, man, you must create content. Man, this man said, nah. Wait, so why are you upset for it? Like, I'm confused. It's the content creators. I'm more so feeling bad for, like, man, some of these people really was working for this, man. They did all that work just to be set back. There we go. Creating that energy, boy. It said fire is daily entertainment. Wait, what's daily entertainment? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm an artist that speaks nothing but positive things. I will admit, I am addicted to toxic culture though. I love toxicity. I love it so much. I love not being a part of it, but I love watching it. She said it's daily entertainment. I mean, I get it though, but Jesus though, man, like you don't get it how mad this person was though, boo thing. Booski? There we go. I'm gonna call you Booski. You don't understand how mad these people was, man. They taking our rights. TikTok is free speech, and they want to take that from us. Once you understand history, it ain't much you can really get mad about anymore, man. It's crazy how things work. So what I'm doing now, what I just started doing, I'm going with another layer of shading. In fact, to make this even easier on myself, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this shading here, and I'm gonna just highlight that area, fill it in, turn it on. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the rest of it. You gotta do the same thing with the rest of it. There we go. It's looking good. So then from there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit up some of the areas that needs to be dark, like the little padding areas right there. Same thing with this side over here. Then hold up, I'm gonna also make sure I hit up this little area right here as well. So what I'm gonna do is turn that back on, hit the pen tool, Control Z, just want an edge of that. There we go. Then once I'm done with all that, so what I plan on doing now, I'm just gonna use a soft brush. I'm just gonna come on the side, just like that. Soft brush is just oh, hold up. I need to hit the right brush. There goes. This is the soft brush. So when I hit the soft brush, what's gonna happen is it's gonna get like a little nice smooth shading instead of like the hardcore shading. And then what I can do here, I can start adding like minor details, like to the ear right here. Get it right here to the head area right here. Just showing some of the most darkest areas. But yeah, other than that, guys, if you guys got any other questions, I'm definitely willing to answer them. We got 3 more minutes, and I gotta roll the heck out of here. I'll be back on later, and I'm most likely going to be doing another tutorial. Like I said, I'm just waiting on a good friend of mine to get back to me on that. Once she tell me what it is we're doing, I already have, like in most cases when it comes to drawing, I have an ideal on how to draw everything from ears, shoulders, chest, lips, nose, biceps, forearms, you name it. I have the cure. And I'm not teaching you how to draw like me. I'm teaching you how to take something that I know how to do, and then you implement it in your way. You know what I'm saying? So you take my style or my ideal, but then you make it better and you make it yours. You know, so some of the greatest artists still. This area right here. Nah, Ashco, you a little late, bro. Where you been at? Well, we're about there. This is a decent place to stop. I think this is pretty good. All that I have to go in and do right as of right now is go through here and like mainly do the coloring. That's probably about it. Appreciate you guys for being part of the live. Don't forget to like, subscribe. And if you guys want to know more, or are you interested in knowing more on the tutorials on how to draw like any body parts, I have a live later on today with a good friend of mine. Her name is Ashco Creations. We will be going live on YouTube. So if you're on TikTok, get with the cool kids on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That, guys, thank you guys for watching this live. If you're interested in reading some of my free reads, I have some in the link on my profile as well as on YouTube. I have it in the description below. Don't forget the Check it out. It's on Webtoons and as well as it's on Webtoons and also it's on Global Comics. So other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching this live. You guys have a good day. Until next time.